Hello everyone. I told you all I would get somebody onto this channel, and the very first man that stepped up to the mark was Killian Sexton. A lot of you will probably know Killian from around the Mid Ulster Marfelt area. He's a very well known figure, but Killian has a kind of a special story to like his life. You know, he started off a lot harder than a lot of us did. You know, he had a rare heart condition that he'll go into detail about. And, you know, to see the way he is now is quite incredible. And I'll let him talk about it. So, firstly, hello, Killian. How are you?
How's it going, man? Good to speak to you.
Yeah, no, I'm not too bad. I'm good. I'm just chilling out at the house here. What are you up to? What part of the world are you in at the minute?
I'm actually here in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, my goodness. And
As they
what
say,
time is it over there?
I'm in Toronto, eh? Eh?
Yeah.
That's what they say, anyway.
Yeah, it must be night time over there now, is it?
It is indeed. It's getting pretty late, but I said I'll do it for you, so I'm a man of my word.
Said you did, you're a man of your word, so that's the main thing. So yeah, I basically, for those that don't know you, and obviously those that do know you, they might not know the full story. What exactly was the story of Killian from day one?
Killian, he popped out an ugly baby to start. So basically, I'm Killian Sexton. And for you guys who don't know, I'm born in Marfelt, born and raised, and yeah. So basically, I had a pretty rough start in life, which a lot of people don't really know. Even my old schoolmates, it wasn't really something I talked about a lot. You know, back in the day. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Maybe because I don't know, embarrassment, or maybe not, didn't want to be judged. Obviously, back when you're a kid, you know, you don't really want people feeling like you're
yeah.
somebody different.
You
So
just want to kind of, yeah,
you want to just blend in. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But yeah. So I was actually born with a really, really rare heart condition called truncus arteriosus. Whenever I was 4 weeks old, I undergone like a 9 hour open heart surgery, which was like pretty intense. So basically, I don't know, obviously, like you're not a surgeon or nothing. So truncus arteriosus, I know, sort of in simple terms, in my terms, like I remember growing up asking the doctors, what is wrong with me? Like, what is my problem? And like the easiest way for them to explain to me was, so I know if you did science, shout out to Mr. McCauley back in science class. So basically, you had the left ventricle and the right ventricle. One was pumping out oxygen, the other one was pumping out blood, which they should do normally. But I was unfortunately born with just one ventricle. So they pumping out the same article, which is very, very dangerous. So what I had to do, I had a tricky procedure sort of to get both things flowing both ways. So I had like obviously one here, and I had to get an artificial bit put in here to separate the blood
yes,
flow and the airflow. And obviously, as a baby, and my parents like going through this, it's not really a daunting thing for. It's a pretty daunting thing for them to hear that
oh,
um,
certainly, yes.
every child, like literally every single child in Northern Ireland had didn't make it through this operation previous to me.
So you were the first.
I was the first. I'll tell you that as a fact. I was
My
100%.
goodness,
I was the first in Northern Ireland to survive my type of operation. So
that's
1988.
amazing.
So yeah, it's crazy. Like it's amazing to say. I take it for granted
Yeah,
sometimes, but at the same time, you know, it's definitely a story to be told.
you're living life to the full now. And would you say that kind of starting life kind of inspired the way you are now to make the most of your life, travel the world, do what you're doing, basically?
Oh, and
Yeah,
100%, 100%. Literally, I mean,
yeah.
like I have my parents to thank for that. Like growing up as a child, like obviously I'm a brother of there's four boys in our house, my mum, my dad, and myself, Owen, Cormac, and Niall, and they'll tell you
Niall was
themselves.
an X Factor, wasn't he? For those that don't know,
You got
yeah,
it.
your brother,
That's
your
it.
brother was an X Factor. Yeah,
That's
he's
it.
a good singer,
That's it. The youngest
very
one.
good singer.
I don't
Need to give
know.
him a plug on here.
That's it. No problem. I'll give him a plug. No problem. He deserves it. Like he's done really, really well. And yeah, I don't know where I get the voice from because none of us can sing. We're all terrible. So no,
Yes, go on ahead.
so basically, our upbringing, you know, like our dad roughed us around as every Irish dad does. You know, you're out running around the fields, jumping
Yeah,
off hay bales, having the crack. And
yeah,
I was treated no differently, so I think that sort of applied a lot to my life, and the fact that like I wasn't sort of, you know, what's the saying again? I wasn't like rolled up in cotton wool. I wasn't like,
Yes.
treated like
Yes.
someone different. I wasn't treated like I actually had something wrong with me. I was treated like one of the own, so I was thrown around, roughed around. And I think that sort of showed throughout my life. It sort of made me realize that, yeah, I'm no different to anybody else, even though I have such a rare heart condition. I mean, like, obviously there's something wrong with me internally, but at the same time, my outlook in life was the same as everybody else's.
Yeah.
I
Well,
just wanted
that's
to.
good. I remember a few years ago when you were working over here, you were working in care signs then in Tim, and then
That's
next
right.
thing, next thing I know, you're away traveling. Just you had a good job, and you're up and left, and ever since you've been, I've just seen some of your stuff. You've been to Thailand, Melbourne, New York, Canada, Magaluf, to name a few. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been a pretty amazing journey. And what would you say to other people that are thinking about doing that? There, like just they're maybe in a job now that's paying well. That
Mm-hmm.
they're in a good way of going over here. A lot of people don't like to leave the security of Ireland and their job. But obviously, a lot of them do want to travel, but they're scared or they think they need a pile of money too. This is another thing that holds people back.
100%, 100%. I actually, not the plug, but I put up a YouTube video there in the last month or so, sort of explaining my whole story and about the whole travel tips and like how to travel on like a shoestring budget sort of thing. So like,
Yes.
I mean, like, obviously you like a bit of security, a bit of money behind you, but that honestly, as you said, it's holding people back. People think that
It is.
you need 5 to 10 grand to start
It's
traveling.
absolute.
It's nonsense. I don't believe that at all. I mean, like as I said in the video, I mean, I had a good job, but obviously, yourself back in Ireland, you're out drinking, having fun. Like it's hard to save money, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I was motivated that actually, well, I'll give my older brother a plug because Niall got one. Oren, my older brother, he started the traveling. He's the second oldest. He started
Yeah.
traveling 6 months before me. Him and a couple of fellas just took a notion. They're like, I'm doing the old same thing at home. I might as well try something new.
Yeah.
So,
See a bit of world
yeah,
and
so,
drink around the world.
exactly. That's it. Have a bit of fun, meet new cultures, meet
Yeah.
new people. So they up and
Yes.
left. They went to Melbourne, Australia, and then 6 months down the line, I seen all their videos, YouTube videos, and like pictures and all. I was like, boys, I've been talking about doing this for so long.
So you were
Well,
jealous that you
uh,
were.
I don't want to say that to make him feel good about himself, but yes, I was jealous, 100%.
Yeah,
I was.
no, understandable, and yeah, it's worked out well for you. It's definitely a lot of people. As I say, Killian has his own YouTube channel. He'll link it in the description of this here. Check it out. There's some amazing videos of his time around the world, and as you hear from the man himself, he had a hard start in life. He was the first person to survive an operation of that kind, and just to see him do what he's doing now is incredible. There's another thing that a lot of people might not realize that you can do. I don't know if you still can, but you do a lot of like backflips and what do you call it, free jump, and I don't know what it's called, but I remember I used to see a lot of your videos when we were growing up as teenagers, and it was incredible. If you can still do some of them, you can add them into the end of this video if you want. Show the
Oh,
people that a hard start in life won't hold you back from doing anything, not even backflips. I
definitely
can't
not.
backflip, certainly not. I'm too heavy.
Definitely not. Definitely not. No, I mean, like
Uh,
that's one thing. It's like riding a bike. You'll never forget. Once you learn that first backflip on a trampoline, you take it anywhere. I mean, like till this day, I'm 28 years old now, and I can still do a backflip, which I'm proud to say. It's pretty good.
that's
So,
yeah, very very good.
it's
And
just to go back again on the motivational sort of side of things. Like,
yes,
um, I don't know. We'll get a bit deep here for a bit. Like, I mean, like every
oh,
year, or whatever. Whenever I'm back home, I'd go. My parents would obviously, like, it was like a tradition from my mom and my dad, John and Lee, to take me to the like checkups every year in the Royal Victoria Hospital where undergone my two open heart surgeries in Belfast. So
yes,
that's sort of like an annual thing we would do whenever I'm home. We go and check out and make sure everything's good with me. The heart's doing well. Make sure we put myself under like exercise stress tests. Be running the treadmill, just to see how your heart copes under pressure. But amazingly, actually, there's another thing they do. It's called a 24-hour heart tape monitor. So basically, they link you up with all these monitor like things on your chest, and you
yes.
literally just go by your day by day sort of activities. I'd be out golfing, doing my free run and the backflips and all that crazy stuff as you talk about, and then obviously throughout the night when you're sleeping. And you'll never believe this. The doctors found that whenever I'm doing exercise, my heart's at its best.
Very good. When you were talking there, I thought, whenever this monitor would have been going, your heart would have been going 10 times faster, and
that's what everyone thinks. Yeah. That's what everyone thinks.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. Yeah, that's amazing.
So it's obviously good. Exercise is a good thing, and you know yourself. You get out there and get walking, get fit. So it's not only me with heart condition. That's another sort of plug at positivity and sort of fitness. Get out there and get walking and get your mental, get your physical, get everything on point.
Yes, exactly. The mind is a powerful thing whenever used right. But would you say all this stuff that's happened to you in life and the lead up to now, your outlook in life is very much a positive one? Yeah,
100%. Like I always live by that sort of. I seen a quote there. I don't exactly remember right word by word, but literally, you never know. You might wake up as silly as it sounds. I think it was actually Barry the Blender, one of the guys in Belfast, them comedy videos.
Barry the Blender's the man.
Exactly. Shout out to Colin Geddes, legend. By the way, he's like, you might wake up dead tomorrow, even though it doesn't make sense, but it still rings true. You might wake up dead tomorrow. You might never wake up tomorrow, so you might as well live every single day as if it's your last.
Exactly. I'm very much a believer in that philosophy as well. You might wake up dead tomorrow, as you say, as something as it sounds. It makes sense, No, that's it. And what's your? Maybe you don't like to plan too far ahead, but what would be your plans for the future? Then, what is your next few years going to entail? Keep traveling, or are you going to settle at home, or what's the?
Well, ultimately, obviously, my health is the main thing, as you can tell, obviously, from my what I've been through. And after I had my second surgery when I was 5 years old, the doctors actually predicted I'd probably need another surgery when I was 16 years old. And I'm now 28, so you do the math. So I've been doing pretty well since, and I haven't needed one since. So my heart's been doing well since. As I said, I always go for checkups. But ultimately, I mean, we're not gonna cut the BS. But I'm gonna need some sort of surgery in the future. But I mean, with modern technology these days, I mean, you don't need to open up. I don't know. Obviously, I'm wearing a t-shirt, but I have a big scar down there, which I'm proud to show. I used to be very embarrassed in school to sort of show people. I used to sort of hide it away, but now I'm actually openly show people, and I'm proud to show it. So but nowadays with modern technology, I'm not going to need open heart surgery. They can go up through your groin, and they can literally do the full surgery that I had when I was 5 years old through your groin. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy and pretty remarkable. But that's a lot more detail than I ever knew about you. I know it was a hard start in life, and it's been a good journey. But when you hear it laid out like that, it is pretty crazy, and it's very positive what you're doing. You're out there, you're living your life, you're not letting it hold you back. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody watching us here can relate to that there if they're going through any wee battles themselves or whatever it is, or even if they, as I say, if they want to get up and go or whatever, they don't have to look any further than yourself.
100%, 100%, yeah. But to answer your question again, in the future, I mean, I work and I travel. That sort of a lot of people think we were talking before this interview. A lot of people think I maybe came from a lot of money in my family or whatever. How can you travel, Killian? How do you travel for 5 years? How do you afford all this? It's honestly not as hard as it seems. You just make the start, and then you get that job, and you make enough money to travel to the next place. And once you feel like you've seen everything you want to see, you just move on to your next destination. And then, but ultimately, well, obviously, I do a lot of freelance stuff myself. I'm a videographer, photographer, sort of do a bit of graphic design as well. So wherever I go, I've got a bit of bit of extra money on the side, to sort of keep myself funded. So ultimately, maybe I don't as you said, what's your 5-year goal? I'm the sort of person, I don't know, everyone's different, but I don't like to look too much into the future. I like to just sort of take every day as it comes. That's just the way my life, the way I've been brought up. But if I had to say, I'd say I'd like to probably be at home and settle down and sort of set up my media business and make it I'll go for probably full time. Yeah,
very good. That's a good plan. That is it's definitely inspired me just listening to that story. I've never had, the only operation I've ever had, I got my appendix out, and that was a big ordeal for myself.
Yep.
But generally, to hear it coming from the like of yourself there about that rare heart condition, and obviously how you dealt with it and how you traveled, and you know, even for your future. It's amazing to hear, and hopefully people watching this will take inspiration from it. I said yesterday what you were saying there about traveling. You don't have to have a pile of money and all. You can just get enough to get by. I kind of touched on something like that yesterday, where I said a lot of people dream big. Like, people might think about traveling, but they have to realize you have to start small. You have to go and do the wee jobs that you were doing to make the money, get to the next destination. That's what life entails. It entails small steps to obviously the bigger picture. And when you sit back and look at your bigger picture, look at where you've been to, and yes, it did cost money to do all them things, but the small steps in between the jobs from place to place, that all pieces together, and that obviously created your life, your story, your journey, as we say on this.
Exactly,
on this
that's it. That's it. It's all about the journey, as they say. You know, that whole like saying as well. It's not about the journey; it's about the destination. It's literally about all these stories. You know, you build up over the years, and like you can, like, whenever you have grandkids, you have kids yourself. You can sit them down your knee and you can tell them all these crazy stories you've done. You know, it's something like. It's something money can't buy.
Not only in your case with telling them stories, you're a big man in the media. You can show them your YouTube channel and all your travels.
Exactly.
I wish I was better at media and I could do something like that too. But as I say, you can, in years to come, as you say, when you have grandkids, hit a button and there it is. It pops up on the screen your whole life.
That's it.
It's amazing.
Get Judy, get Judy in the ball. He'll soon do a wee bit of job for you.
Yeah. No, but yeah, definitely. I want you to, if you can, at the end of this video, just for everybody watching, link in a couple of your videos of you doing your backflips and stuff, and post a link to your YouTube channel as well. I want people to go on and check that out, because I'm very proud to have Killian on here as the first person to come on and talk. I said I was bringing a few people on, and there's more people coming on, but Killian was the first man to step up to the mark, and I definitely want you to go check him out. You've heard him talk here now, but as I say, his YouTube channel, his videos, his journey throughout life has been incredible, and I just want to thank you for coming on here today, Killian. I'm sorry I kept you up this late as well.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all good, man. It's all for the one journey, you know?
Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's it. I'll let you get back to your bed now, and thanks for coming on.
No problem. Here, man, just to give a shout out to you, I really love what you're doing. Like, honestly, there's not enough of it going on back home. Like, there's a lot of people, you know, sort of trapped in their own emotions and stuff. Like, and then what you're doing is absolutely phenomenal. It's really, really good to get people out talking and get sort of people like trapped, you know, everything inside. You might as well get talking and, you know, express your feelings. It really does help you out. Like,
that's it, man. That's all the aim of this page was to be about. People are still, even now, like, we're in their second month of it, and people are still coming up to me and they're saying, you get so many people coming up going, it's incredible, it's amazing, and then you get other people coming up, you know, what's it all about? Like, but that's the problem with this country in general. People never wanted to speak out. People never wanted to talk about their problems. That obviously in turn led to why there's so much depression and suicide and all going on. And I just wanted to try to make something, a page people can come on to. Come on, take a bit of positivity, a wee bit of inspiration, a wee bit of motivation from, and think, right, okay, I can do that. I can do something as small as, you know, like stop smoking, or, you know, stop drinking, obviously, to moving on to bettering their job or traveling the world, or, you know, battling their depression or anxiety or whatever it is. That's all the aim of the page is about. And bringing people like you on as well who have faced adversity is showing people, you know, I've obviously had my own problems too with anxiety, gambling, whatever, but it's good to get other people's outlook. And that's what I've said from day one. I want to bring other people on here, let them talk. 1Journey is not just about my one journey, it's about everybody's journey and their battles and everything through life. So it's been great having you on, and as I say, thanks very much for doing that, and I hope everybody likes, shares, comments and all that there. And yeah, I'm happy. I'm over the moon.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me again. It was a pleasure.
See you later.
Take it easy, man. Sláinte.
All the best.
You make me feel kind of bad, kind of good.